How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So today we're going to go over the top 5 hottest comics according to GoCollect. And what this is just 5 comic books that have been really moving up the ranks. They usually rank about 1,000 comic books based off of volume, sales, and how much they've gone up, and a bunch of different other factors. I like to go through this list and kind of give you my take on it as a comic book dealer for the last 13 years. This is what I do for a living. And then also I've been around comics since the day I was born. My dad was a big time dealer in the 80s and 90s. So I have a kind of unique perspective on it. So let's take a look at the top 5 hottest comics according to GoCollect. All right, first up we got is Marvel 2-in-1 number 61. And this has moved up 991 spots. So it's moved up quite a bit. It's in the number 9 spot. So yeah, it's near the top 10. Moved up quite a bit. And basically Marvel 2-in-1 is where they would take usually the Thing and they would showcase another character so people could get familiar with these characters. Sometimes they would test to maybe see if they worked out, if people liked them, whatnot. So what is special about this one? Well, the special one about this one, it's the first appearance of her. Now we've heard of him, which is Adam Warlock, appeared in FF67, who's going to appear in the Guardians Volume 3 movie. But this first appearance of her, also known as Paragon and Kismet, and Aisha, I think, as well. So this is what I think about this book. Okay, yeah, it's moving up the ranks, and people are like, oh boy, now James Gunn's done with Suicide Squad. He's moved on to Guardians number 3, which is great. I like the Guardians series. But I just don't see this as like a big deal. So let's look at it. So this is what the comic looks like. All right. This is who portrayed her in the movie. She was at the ends of Guardians 2 already, and slightly in the movie a little bit. But that's who we're talking about. This is why she's gotten popular. This is another picture of her in Alpha Flight, whatnot. Here is her book, right? This is her first appearance, 61. Make sure I got that right. Yep. So as you can see, big spike here, mid-2016. If you look at here again, probably another big spike here. End of 2016. Let's see, about a 9.4. Biggest spike, end of 2016. Why? Why is there a big spike at the end of 2016? Oh, let's see. This movie was released, April of 2017. So that means we got trailers and things like that and promotional stuff all through mid-2016, all the way up to the release of this movie. That's why it spiked, because she was in it. So, but if you look at it, it's still not beating. Let's see if it maybe beat it on this one. But it's still not up to its 2016 levels. I don't think this is going to be a very big character in the movie. I don't think she's going to go off and be like the best part of the movie and people are really going to attach to her. She's just going to be a throwaway character. No offense to people who like her, but she's not going to be that big. I don't think that she's going to run off into a million other sequels and have her own movie and TV show. For me, I would... there's going to be a price in the short term, right? This book will go up a little bit. If you're looking for a short term, I don't know when the movie comes out, maybe a year or two, probably 2. But she might be in some of the promotional material. She might have a bigger role than she had in the past, but probably not too much bigger. Maybe she's somewhat of a villain-esque thing. But in the end, she's just going to be a character that's in there and then kind of gone, kind of like Ego, but Ego was much bigger in the second one. So long term, I don't think this is anything really care about. If you like the character, buy the character. As I always say, buy the book. Short term, though, yeah, I could see you making a little bit of money if you buy this now at a good price. Make sure you get a good deal. And then when the movie, if she's in some of the promotional material, if she like trailers and stuff, if not, then maybe wait till the movie comes out so people can get a feel of what she looks like and stuff like that, how much she's in it. And so, yeah, then you can probably make a little money there. But if you're looking at 10 years down the line, meh, I don't see it. All right, moving on. Next, we got Thor 337. This is the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, and also Walt Simonson. I believe I'm saying his name correctly. Interesting about Walt Simonson, I probably butchered his name. If you look here at his little signature that he makes, it's very easy to tell. Looks like a big O and some other stuff. He said that his signature, he always loved dinosaurs as a kid, and so he made his signature look kind of like a dinosaur. So every time you see that signature, look at it. It kind of looks like the back of a dinosaur a little bit. So this is first appearance of Beta Ray Bill. He was worthy enough to have the hammer, and then later got his own hammer. But yeah, there's rumors that he's going to be in Guardians 3, and possibly also in Love and Thunder as well. I believe it's been rumored to be Christian Bale as the voice. He's going to probably be all CG, I'm assuming, not Christian Bale in a costume. That would just be weird. But anyways, as far as this book goes, you got the first Beta Ray Bill, who was much more popular in the 80s than he is today. He's gaining more popularity because he's going to be in some movies. But it's also the first start of cover and art by Walt Simonson. Now, I love his artwork. Very, very cool. Very looks like the time period. I think most of the art of the 80s in the Marvel was kind of molded around his style. I think, how everyone has like their own style and they kind of all float around in there a little bit. Not so much today. So many people are so weird styles, which is cool. But yeah, he had a very unique style, and I feel like a lot of people in the 80s copied his style. So this book, if we look at it, let's look at, a 9/8. As you can see, just kind of puttering around all through here, and then it's been shooting up. We look at a 9/6. Slowly going up, this slowly ever so up again. I think this, to me, is a good buy, both short-term and long-term. I see no problem with this book. Like I said, it has two good keys about it. And also, it's, Beta Ray Bill is, is more of a popular character than her. I think he's had his own comic run series probably multiple times as well. So, yeah, this to me, if you're buying long-term, I see no problems with it. If you're buying the short term and you want to sell it, when it's peaked, then I see that as a good opportunity as well. Just make sure you, like I always say, get these at a good price. All right, moving on. Next, we got Tales of the Teen Titans number 44. This is in the 11th spot, and it's moved 989 slots. The reason why this is getting more heat recently is because it's the first appearance of Nightwing. Well, Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing. First appearance of Jericho, and also origin of Deathstroke. So here's the book right here. Very, very good. But lots of keys in this issue. The biggest key would probably be the Deathstroke origin and first Nightwing. That's who Robin is now. He got rid of the Robin mantle, and now he's been Nightwing since when this book came out in the 80s. Came out in 84, so a little bit before I was born. Anyways, I feel that if you look at this book here, you can see that it's probably, this probably right around here is probably when there's like some Deathstroke news or whatever. And it's slowly gone down. It's been up again. But if you looked at where it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, way down here, had a little spike, dropped down a little bit. It's been spiking up recently. Look at a 9.6. Down here, spiked up a little bit, went down a little bit, went back up. It's been going up. I see this book kind of similar, goes big spikes, level out, a little bit dip, go up. I see this as a definite buy. Just the fact that it's the first, Nightwing, origin of Deathstroke, first appearance of Jericho, but long term, I think this is a good buy, even in short term. They have the HBO Max series that's been going on, and it's proved to be pretty popular. I watched a couple episodes. Wasn't that bad. I just don't watch a lot of TV. But, I mean, I always say this, one day I'll go ahead and check this stuff out. But for now, I think it's pretty good. I would, like most of these books, I would stay, for like this one, I would stay in the 9.2 and up range. Like the thing is, if you get too low in it, not that there's anything bad. If that's all you can afford, that's all you can afford. That's fine. But if I'm talking about investment standpoint, if you're talking about just investment, you need a 9.8 in all these books I've mentioned. 9.8. That's basically what you go. 9.6 on some of them is fine. 9.4, you're getting a little low. But just for investment. Moving on. All right, next we got Iron Fist 15. It is currently ranked 18th out of 1,000 of all the comics, and it's moved up 981 spots. So what is special about this? Well, Iron Fist had a very short run of his own series, and here's the cover. He had a very short run of a series in the 70s, and it ended with this one, battling the X-Men. Pretty cool, all this kind of stuff. It's also the first debut of Bushmaster. He apparently was in the Defenders TV show, but I'm sure they're not going to use him again. The reason why this book has been moving up is they think that Iron Fist, I forget the guy that played him, the actor that played him. Iron Fist, the TV show, didn't prove to be very good. Critically, and people found it kind of boring and not that good. They think Danny Rand's character, Iron Fist, will show up in Shang-Chi, either this one in a cameo and a later movie, probably number 2 in a cameo. Also, maybe he will forego the Iron Fist power to someone else, and they'll try that person, to build up Iron Fist. Who knows? A lot of rumors. That's all it is. Could I see a cameo? Sure. Yeah, I could definitely see a cameo. But I just don't see, unless they're going to do something to the character or they're doing some fan service, there's no real point to have Iron Fist in there. I think White Tiger is probably a more realistic cameo. And he first appeared in Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, either 8 or 9 or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm literally bringing this off the top of my head. That was for the White Tiger. He's a Latino superhero. And I want to say the first, maybe, from Marvel. I don't know. I think that is more likely. That is a book that you should probably get. But anyways, Iron Fist 15, what do I think about it? Nothing. It's if you want Iron Fist to complete your run, sure. Look at it. Okay, back in 2007, that's when it was all high of like $2,000. Moving on down. This is for a 9.8. Not everyone can afford it. There's not that many 9.8s. So look at a 9.4. All over the place. It was worth more back in 2004. And it's just been staying the same course the whole time. This is why this book is on this list is beyond me. There's nothing special about it that would warrant it to be on this list. Has I don't know what this is, a Z-list villain, right? He got lucky and they put him in the Defenders. But beyond that, he's a Z-list villain. They probably won't put him in a movie again. And if he does, he's just some guy that gets beat up. It's like, you look at the IMDb and it's like, oh, that was Bushmaster. Oh, didn't know, right? So he's a nothing villain. If you're looking for Iron Fist stuff, go with 14. That's first appearance of Sabretooth. Go with Iron Fist 1. Or I think the classic cover was the John Burns cover. Is it John Burns cover? Is it like 6 or 8? That's a better one to get. You can also get, obviously, his first appearance in Marvel Premiere 15. Also 16. Now, you can get the 17 all the way up to, was it end at 25? And there's a couple keys in there from time to time. This one, sure, is it a better key than issue 10? Yeah, it's the last issue. He also fights the X-Men, stuff like that. But if you put this in a top 10 list of Iron Fist keys, I don't think this would even make the top 10 list. So don't get this if you're thinking about long term. Your money is better spent somewhere else. If you like the book, you want to complete the run, then get it, right? That's the whole point. The whole point of comics is to get what you love and what you like. I'm just talking from an investment point of view. All right, last one. Micronauts, number 1. It has moved up 981 spots and is currently sitting at the 19th spot overall. This was during a time when Marvel would work with different toy companies to create toy lines, similar to what they did with the Turtles. Like, that was the big thing, is they would make a cartoon, but basically it was a giant commercial. Worked on me, and kids would buy the Turtles. And they did that all the time. So this is, ROM, Mask, all that stuff, Transformers. This is this part of that whole thing, making more toy lines and yada, yada, yada. There's been a lot of rumors that they're making a movie about this. I mean, those are rumors. I don't know if anything's concrete, but let's look at the price. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, basically worthless. And then some rumors hit, boom, went up, and then came down, went back up. So this is basically straight off of rumors. I mean, slight uptick. This is what you got going for it. You got, it's a first appearance. Cool, right? Micronauts ran for a little bit, so it wasn't like they made 5 issues and it was done. Is it popular? Not really. Is it going to go anywhere? I don't know. Personally, even if they made a movie of this, it'll probably be terrible. And they don't know what they'll be doing, and it'll just be kind of a bomb, and it'll be a flash in the pan, and it'll dip back down. So that's my personal take. I obviously don't have a crystal ball. But, I mean, here's the thing about this issue. There's a lot of issues back during this time. For example, they wanted to do this as a promotional, sell toys and all this kind of stuff. So they printed a ton of them. No one really read them and picked them up. And so there's a lot left in high grade. I literally got a collection where I had probably close to 100 copies of this, all 9.0s to 9.8s. I would sell them for like $1 to $5, like probably 5-10 years ago. And then I kept a stack recently, and I sent them all in, and they all came back, I think, 9.4 to 9.8s. And I think I've sold most of them, if not all of them. I probably have a few left. But there's lots of stuff like that. This is one of those books where the people just had tons and tons of, because it didn't really move. And you needed those books in the 70s and 80s and all that kind of stuff to sell, because then kids read them, ruined them, and then, there's not that many high grades left. So I don't think, you could take the risk and buy this hoping to get, it's not cheap. It's like $400 for a 9.8. You could take the risk and maybe it'll turn into something expensive down the line. But long term, it really depends if they ever make this movie and if it's good. So, All right. That's pretty much it for their top 5 list. But here's a little bonus round. I saw this article, Buy the Dip, right? And basically what it's talking about is these 3 books have dipped a lot and that you should get them now. So I'll give you my quick take. Spider-Man 16, first appearance of Monica Rambeau. She was in Scarlet Witch Vision, WandaVision TV show. I would get this book. I think she'll replace Brie Larson as the new Captain Marvel. I think, just my personal take. I don't think there's enough love there for Brie Larson to continue. So that's why Captain Marvel 2 is called The Marvels, not Captain Marvel 2. It might be called Captain Marvel 2 The Marvels, but they're introducing a bunch of new Miss Marvels and all that kind of stuff. Captain America 17, first appearance of Falcon. Yes, this is a buy for me. Anthony Mackie's already just signed on to be Captain America 4. Captain America 6, first appearance of Winter Soldier. I honestly think that we've seen the best of Winter Soldier, 4 years ago. I honestly think he will continue to be sidelined. His arc is not interesting anymore. I don't think this is something you should buy long term. All right, that is my take, and have a good rest of the weekend.